Coming up on MSCB News, we take a closer look at the Emerging Leaders Program and how it's helping students develop important leadership skills.
We'll also hear from school officials about the new indoor pavilions being built at Mesquite ISD High School, giving student athletes and band members the space they need to practice year-round.
And we'll sit down with college advisors to talk about the top things students need to know before the first year of college.
All this and more only on MSCB News.
Welcome to MSEB, live from the TEC studios.
Good afternoon, Mesquite ISD. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Christopher Munoz.
And I'm Samuel Trevino. And you're watching MSCB Live, a show produced by Mesquite ISD students and brought to you live from the TEC studio.
We'll bring you the top stories from throughout the district and take an inside look at what's happening in Mesquite ISD. Let's get to our first story. Our first story today highlights an exciting opportunity for students in Mesquite ISD, the Emerging Leaders Program. This initiative is designed to equip students with essential leadership skills, helping them grow personally and professionally. Through workshops, mentorships, and real-world experience, participants are learning what it takes to make a positive impact in their schools and communities. Let's take a closer look on how the program is shaping the next generation of leaders right here in Mesquite.
Good afternoon, Mesquite ISD. My name is Kate, and I'm here with
Dr. Gully.
Today, I'm going to ask Dr. Gully some questions about emerging leaders. So what is emerging leaders?
So, Emerging Leaders is a program for all of our high school students currently. There are no prerequisites to get in. All you have to do is be a student, a high school student in Mesquite at one of our 6 high schools. And it's a program to really develop leaders. This is something that about 4 to 5 years ago, our superintendent at the time really felt like there was a need to begin to have just conversation around how are we developing leaders and how are students really viewing leadership. So there was really 2 questions. How are students viewing leadership? But then the other part of that was, how are we being really purposeful about how we're creating leaders in our district? And the concerns really highlighted themselves a bit more after the George Floyd murder. At that time, I think our district, just like so many others, really didn't know what to do. And so for us, we wanted to be proactive instead of reactive. It was something that we were already talking about based on some of the events that we had within our own community. And this is just a really kind of positive and proactive way to encourage our students to rethink what they believe about leaders, but more importantly, to really begin to develop their own leader skills as they move forward. And so the hope and the goal was that you all will be really resourceful, that you will be empathetic, and that you will be really critical thinkers about the world, and that you are not monoliths of other people's thoughts, but in fact, you research, you study, you look for facts, and you create your ideas not about what you necessarily see on a TikTok or on Facebook or Instagram, but that you are really informed to have conversations around whatever topic and do it in such a way that it honors you as well as everyone else around you.
That's good. So what are some benefits of joining emerging leaders? Why should others, join and, consider it
as something for them, right? Because it's extra, it's what we call extra credit, meaning that a student doesn't have to, if you don't want to be an emerging leader, you don't have to, because it's an after school program predominantly, but we do offer courses, which is our Navigating Excellence course for students who are continuing the program. And so when I think about why, right, and I'll go back to myself when I was in high school, why would I join Emerging Leaders? Well, for me, I would join Emerging Leaders because it's an opportunity for me to get to meet people that I normally would not get to meet. It's an opportunity for me to express my voice and learn how to do that in such a way that is honoring myself and others. I would join emerging leaders because of all the really great things that emerging leaders get to do throughout the year. One of those is actually happening very soon, which is our fall social that's coming up. It's going to have about 300 plus students in one room, all engaged, having a really great time, but also having the opportunity to learn from others. I would join emerging leaders because I want to be a citizen and a productive citizen that becomes an adult and can make informed decisions for myself. And I want to be inspired. And I want to have and build people around me that are going to continue to help me be the best I can be every day.
What has the program taught you? Because a lot of the students also learn something, but I feel like also like it doesn't matter how old you are, you can always learn something from a different experience. What has emerging leaders taught you?
Oh wow, thank you so much for asking that question. Because I think I've learned so much. First of all, I have been an educator for over 30 years, right? And when I was a middle school teacher in particular, I remember how my students just constantly inspired me to be not only my best every day for them, but also be my very best for my family and for my students, my children that were growing up. And so, and when I think about what I've learned, I think I've learned to be even more resilient. I think I've learned to continue to push the boundaries and expect excellence out of people day in and day out. I think I've learned that our students are positive and your view of the world and how you feel that you can change the world, you know that is doable because of the experiences that you're getting, not only with this program, but just being in your classes every day. What I have learned is there is so much power in humanity and being a human being. And I become ecstatic and just really energetic when I think about students and how you think we're pouring into you, and of course we are, right? But you guys pour so much into us and what we do, and I think that's why we continue pushing the ante and insisting on doing more and being better for you every day. So, yeah.
Awesome, amazing answers, obviously.
Oh.
Dr. Goldie, you're so amazing. One last question. How are you a leader?
I think that I'm an example. I think that I have always seeked out and wanted to make sure that I was modeling what I expect to see day in and day out. I think that I know that I have very high expectations of others. I'm also highly critical, but not of others, mostly of myself. And I hope that that's what people learn from me, that at the end of the day, we all have a charge to be the very best that we need to be as human beings, and that we should constantly exhibit excellence in every area and at every facet. I think that that's really critical.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, Dr. Goldie, for coming and doing this interview. This is Kate Carrion with MSCB News, signing out.
As the Emerging Leader Program prepares students to make a difference in their communities, Mesquite ISD is also investing in sources to support student success. New indoor pavilions are being built at our high schools, providing student athletes and band members with dedicated space to practice and train year-round. Rain or shine, let's take a look at how these new facilities will enhance their experience and performance.
I'm Adrian with MSCB News here at Mesquite High School to talk to Principal Jeff Johnson about the new pavilions added last year.
How do I feel about the new pavilions added last year? I think the new pavilions are a great opportunity for our students to have a relief from the heat, get away from bad weather, rain, snow, etc. multi-purpose, so a lot of different student groups can use them, from athletics to fine arts, dance, band, those groups. It gives our students more space to get more students practicing, to get more students involved. So I think they're a great benefit for our campus and our district. What are some of the benefits of the new pavilion I have seen? Well, like I had said, it allows our students to avoid the heat in latter part of the summer, early part of the school year. This last at the beginning of football season and volleyball season, cross country, band getting ready for performances. It's significantly cooler in the pavilion, and when it's 107 degrees and it's only 90 in the pavilion and there's a breeze, it makes a huge difference. Why did the school decide to add them? Well, we saw a problem with not having indoor facilities or places to escape the heat or the weather and still allow our athletes and our fine arts programs to have practice time. Because if you have to cancel every time it rains, or if it's over 100, we have a heat policy in our district, so if it's over that temperature threshold and our student athletes and our performers aren't able to practice, they're not on equitable playing ground with other schools and other districts. So this allows us to give our students the same chance as all the other districts without building an indoor, a more cost-effective way of doing it. Do I think it's a good long-term addition to the school? Yes, I do. I think, like I said, the benefits outweigh any negatives. At the time, we did not have adequate space for our students to perform and practice outside of when the weather's bad. And this allows us an opportunity to continue giving our students the opportunities. And also, like I said, with cost effectiveness, it's a fraction of the cost of a full indoor facility. And so we're able to be not only cost effective and be mindful of our budget and taxpayer dollars, but we're also able to benefit our students. So I think it's a great blend of both.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson, for the amazing interview. This was Adrian with MSCB News. Back to the studio.
With new pavilions, creating opportunities for student athletes and band members to thrive, many of our students are also looking ahead to life after high school. For those preparing for college, there are some key things to know before starting that journey. Up next, we'll cover the top tips to help students succeed in their first year of college and make the most of their new experience.
Hello, my name is Jesus Rubio from MECB News. A college advisor by the name of Mr. Lewis will say 5 advices for students for the first year of college. Let's get right into it.
Hey Skeeter Nation, this is Mr. Lewis. I am here to give you guys my top 5 pieces of advice for a first year student in college. First piece of advice, get involved. Don't just be a student that goes to class and go back to your dorm. Join an organization, find your community, and just simply relish in the moment of being a first year student. 2, network with your peers. This is a place where people are coming from all over. So make connections. Believe it or not, some of the people that you meet in college are going to be some of your best friends once you graduate. 3, time management. Manage your time wisely. Mom and dad are not there to wake you up and get you ready for class. That is completely on you. So you have to make sure you make it to class on time. Make sure you're cleaning your dorm. Make sure you're going to the grocery store. This is your first step into adulthood. So time management is a big thing. 4, find a balance. You can still be a college student and still have fun. College, again, is your first step into adulthood, so you're getting your feet wet. So don't just bog yourself down with, I gotta go to class, I gotta go to class, I gotta go to class. Let your hair down, breathe, go out with friends, but make sure you find the perfect balance to still get your work done, because that's what you're there for. And my last piece of advice is to just relish in the moment. You guys think high school went by fast? College is going to fly by. So create memories, create bonds, and just know that this is only the beginning. That's my top 5 pieces of advice.
These are the top 5 advices Mr. Lewis had to say, such as time management and more. These are pretty important structures for students for their first year of college. This is Jesus Rubio from MSCB News. Back to the studio.
As students prepare for the big leap to college, there's plenty happening right here at home. that's sparking curiosity and learning. Over at the Mesquite ISD Planetarium, students and the community have the chance to explore the wonders of space and science. Let's find out what exciting programs and events are taking place at the planetarium.
Hi, I'm Christopher Munoz, and I'm here with MSEB News. Today we're interviewing Leslie Barnhill and asking her some important questions about the planetarium.
Okay, my mission of the planetarium is to engage every student that walks through our doors and through the doors of the dome, and to engage them with space and to get them excited about space. And as space evolves in the future, when we leave Earth to go to the moon again, hopefully within the next year or so, and eventually to Mars, and then eventually out into the solar system and universe, that it takes our students with them. So we see different age groups every day because there's different age groups within Mesquite ISD. And each of our lessons is based off of the state standards, which we call the TEKS. So I create lessons based off of the standards for each grade levels. We see one grade level at a time. And then through questioning, as soon as the students come through the doors, I start questioning them to see exactly where their level is on space, what they know about space. And if they know more than their normal TEKS, I can explore to other things. We can discuss more. If they need some refreshers on what they learned from the year past, I can do that as well. And it's usually based off of questioning as soon as they come through the doors. I hope every visitor, it takes away from the planetarium, they take away the excitement that I have for space, or even a fraction of the excitement. There's always something to learn within space. It's something that everyone can learn by just walking outside their door and looking up any time of the day or night. Here in the planetarium, we have the ability to do a little bit more where we can show things that you can't see every day, but going outside and looking up is a starting point. So I hope that people who come here, students, teachers, the community, they get excited to actually venture out and look out on their own up into the sky.
Thanks for tuning in. We learned so much about the planetarium, and we hope you did too. Now, back to the studio. And that's a look at what's happening at the Mesquite ISD Planetarium. With its innovative programs and hands-on learning experience, the planetarium continues to inspire students and the communities to reach for the stars. It's a great reminder that the education extends beyond the classroom and into the wonders of the universe.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of MSEB News. We hope you enjoy our coverage of the local events and news. For more information on today's stories, please visit the MSEB YouTube channel, X, Instagram, and Facebook page. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Samuel Trevino.
And I'm Christopher Munoz. Until next time.
Stay curious,
stay informed, and
stay awesome, Mesquite.
This has been a presentation of MSEB, Mesquite Student Entertainment and Broadcasting, in association with the Mesquite Independent School District Career and Technical Education Department.